is everyone doing? This is Lynnis with Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond, and our show here talking about all the things you need to know to stay well in your mind, body, and spirit after 40 and beyond. Now, last week I told you I would be coming and talking to you about things that we should be thinking about as we get older, especially as we approach the age thing that I'm approaching, which will be 60 in 3 weeks. I will be 60 years old. So I've been doing some research to find out some things that I need to be looking out for that maybe I've just kind of taken for granted and not thought about, and maybe pay more attention to it. You'd be surprised how many things we think we know that we really don't know. So I'm going to give you a quiz to see what you know about diabetes. A lot of people think they know a lot about it, but you'd be surprised some of the myths that are out there. So we're going to go through about maybe 7 or 8 of these, and let's see what your answer is. And I'm going to tell you what the right answer is and why it's the right answer. And hopefully that will give you an idea of what your diabetes IQ is. And maybe there's someone out there who's not sure, but they know something's not right. Always, if you know that something's going on, it's not right, go and to your doctor, get the diagnosis, and then maybe figure out what it is you want to do to treat it, because you don't always have to go right away to the pharmaceuticals. There are things that you can do that are holistic and more natural to turn around your diabetes. But first, let's talk about some of the myths involved with diabetes. Now, the first one is, a lot of people think that when you have diabetes, people can't have sweets. Is that true or false? That you cannot have any sweets if you have diabetes. What do you think it is? A lot of people think that that is true, but I'm here to tell you that is false. The kind of blood sugar that you have as a result of diabetes is not caused by too much table sugar. It's caused by insulin levels and sometimes by a pancreas that's not operating to optimum or operating too much. So you can have pastries and sugar, but all things in moderation, definitely. You can have those sweets if you are eating a balanced meal and if you are exercising and keeping your stress down and doing all the things that you need to be doing from a lifestyle perspective so that you can have a little treat here and there. And I mean it, here or there, whether you have diabetes or not. You know, if it's your birthday and you want to have a piece of birthday cake, that's okay. You just want to use wisdom with that. You don't eat the whole cake, and you don't like celebrate eating cake the whole month that is your birthday if you have diabetes. So, but generally speaking, if you have diabetes, that doesn't mean that you can never have any sweets. Now, here's another myth that people sometimes think about. Can diabetes kill you? A lot of people think that diabetes cannot kill you. Is that true or false? Diabetes can't kill you. Well, I'm sad to say that that is false. Diabetes can kill you. In fact, type 2 diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death, because diabetes almost 70 to 75% of the time leads to heart disease. So diabetes absolutely can kill you. It's a very serious chronic disease, especially if it goes unchecked. Now, here's something that is interesting that a lot of people don't know, and it has to do with symptoms. If you have diabetes, do you have symptoms? True or false? If you have diabetes, do you have symptoms? Well, the answer is false. You don't always have symptoms. In fact, 1/3 of the people who are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, they don't have any symptoms. That's why it's important for you to get your blood levels checked whenever you go to the doctor to find out what's going on with you. And they can let you know if you have it, if you're pre-diabetic, if you're predisposed to be diabetic. Of course, your family history is huge. If you've got people in your family who have had diabetes, then you know you definitely want to get that checked. The main thing is don't be in denial about the possibility of having diabetes. Even if you don't have it in your family history, you can always get that checked. Now, talking about symptoms, what is the most common symptom of someone that has high blood sugar? Is it vomiting, diarrhea, or is it thirst? What do you think it is? Do you think it's, if you have a propensity for high blood sugar, do you think you're going to be vomiting? Do you think you're going to have diarrhea? Or do you think you're going to be very thirsty? Well, the answer is, and some of you may know this, if this has happened to you, and you're pre-diabetic, they will tell you, you know, it's thirsty. You get dry mouth and you get very, very thirsty. Another symptom of high blood sugar level issues are fatigue, blurred vision, headaches, numbness, the tingling of the hands and feet, and your wounds will heal very slowly. These are all things to take a look at when it comes to whether or not you might have a high blood sugar level that could lead to diabetes. And I'll repeat those again because it's really important. Thirstiness, extreme thirstiness and dry mouth. You're tired all the time. Blurred vision. You have the tingling in the hands and feet. You have some numbness, like in your toes or your feet. It takes a long time for you to heal when you get a scratch or you're easily bruised. Those are all signs that you could possibly be pre-diabetic or have high blood sugar levels. So definitely don't ignore those signs. That's your body trying to tell you something's up. Now, here's something about children and diabetes. Kids don't get type 2 diabetes. Is that true or false? Kids don't get type 2 diabetes. Well, that's false. They used to call it, juvenile diabetes, meaning you were born with it kind of thing. But these days, because of our lifestyle and our lifestyle choices, we now have seen a huge increase of children with type 2 diabetes, which is really frightening, but there's been a huge increase. And a lot of it has to do with our lifestyles, our sedentary lifestyles. Our children aren't moving around as much as they should be. They're very sedentary in front of that laptop or that iPad or on the phone or the TV or whatever. They're not getting out and moving enough. All of the processed foods that we eat that are high in sugar and high in salt. Also, childhood obesity is another cause that can lead to diabetes. So one of the most important things that you can do is to make sure that your children, that your grandchildren are getting plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables and lots of exercise and fresh air, and get them disconnected from those electronics. You got to do it. I know that it kind of helps in terms of having someone be a babysitter to your kids or your grandchildren while they're playing computers or doing their iPads, but you got to take some of that self-sacrifice of time for yourself and spend it with your kids and get them outdoors playing and being active, and feed them things that are healthy. Don't go for what's convenient. Try to get rid of those sugary, salty packaged foods. Now, here's another one. You can prevent diabetes. Is that true or false? Can you prevent diabetes? That's absolutely true. Whether you're predisposed to have diabetes because of your family or whether you are pre-diabetic on your way to diabetes, you can prevent it from becoming diabetes. And the way that you prevent it is by changing your lifestyle to a more holistic and healthier lifestyle. Just like with your children I talked about earlier, healthy fruits and vegetables are really important. Also, drinking plenty of water, watching your weight. Obesity can lead to diabetes. Watching your weight is extremely important. And one thing that can help with your weight is having an active lifestyle, making sure that you're working out, that you're walking, that you're keeping moving. I have this goal. I don't always make it, but when I know I'm not going to be going to the gym and working out, I try to do at least 10,000 steps a day. And you can I just found out on my phone the other day that it records my steps anyway on the health app on my iPhone. If you have an iPhone, you have a health app. And it automatically it records your steps, believe it or not. And there are other apps out there that will do the same thing. And you can get a pedometer. It will record your steps also. And if you can do 10,000 steps a day, you are well on your way to maintaining an active lifestyle. Of course, you want to watch all the processed foods that you're eating because that definitely makes a difference in terms of you having more of a propensity to have diabetes. Now, when it comes to lifestyle changes in general, how much does it really help when it comes to preventing diabetes? Is it 24%, 58%, or 84%? Which one do you think it is? I think it's 24%, only helps a little bit. 54%, it helps, but you got to do other things. Or 83%, this is the most important thing to do, is to have a healthy lifestyle. Well, I can tell you right now, it's 54%. Lifestyle is extremely important, but that's half the battle. Sometimes you also have to use medication as well to monitor your diabetes and to keep it under control. Sometimes people get on the medication, they make the lifestyle change, and then they're able to get off of the medication. So it's a combination of things, if you have diabetes, that keep you healthy. And I'm not anti-medication, but if there is any way that you can be healthy and change your lifestyles to be healthier, with not out taking the medication, that's the best way. Some people think that if they have diabetes, as long as they're on medication, they're okay. Well, I can tell you that as our body chemistry changes and as we age, the medication that they put you on for diabetes can change also. And after a while, that's pretty rough on your kidneys and your liver. Any kind of medication is rough on those two organs. So the best thing, everyone, is to take good care of you. Go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, find out if you're pre-diabetic or not, and then do something about it. Make the lifestyle changes. Find out what the alternative methods are that you could use besides getting on medication if you're borderline diabetic. Educate and empower yourself to take responsibility for your health, especially as you age. We don't have to be victims. We don't have to get heart disease. We don't have to become obese, and we don't have to have diabetes. We don't have to suffer from chronic disease just because we're getting older. And I'm thinking about this a lot now because I'm 60. And in some ways, I guess you could say that I've lived more than half my life. But that means if I only have 20, 25 years left, whatever it is, I want to live it as well as I can, with as little stress as I can, finding the joy in whatever it is that I'm doing, and making sure that I'm taking good care of my body. Now, I know there's somebody out there that these words are resonating because perhaps you kind of let some of that stuff slip. I know it's kind of tough to get out of that chair and move. And I know it's really kind of tough to put down the Cheez-Its and eat an apple instead. But you know what's tougher? What's tougher is spending any time at all in the hospital because of poor eating habits, lack of exercise, and obesity. You don't want to end up in the hospital with a heart attack or heart disease or a stroke or diabetes, symptoms from diabetes, because you didn't make that lifestyle change. So let me encourage you and empower you to go ahead and make those lifestyle changes. You know what you need to do to stay well and to get better. And you know what? I would really love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what your testimonies are as you begin to make those lifestyle changes. Please email me at Lynnis at praiseworks.biz. That's Lynnis at praiseworks.biz. I'd love to hear about the lifestyle changes that you're making and how you're doing when it comes to being well in your mind, body, and spirit. I also want to encourage you to go to my website at praiseworks.biz. You can click on the blogger icon there and check out my blog. There's all kinds of information on how to stay well. It also leads to my other radio show, What's Inside You, Mind, Body, Energy, and to my new Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond Wellness Academy. There's a banner that will take you right there, and you can sign up for some free courses on how to increase your abundance and manifestations. And also another course that is not a free course. You pay for this course, but it talks to you how to distress the mess, how to holistically reduce the stress in your life, and also maximize the joy at the same time. So lots of great information. Go to praiseworks.biz, and thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again next time.